We're on the air. Welcome to the grand final, Colts Football Club grand final at Lock. Windy, wet day here, and first into the Ford 50 is E United. I'm joined here by my co-host Jordan Telfer, who's being hooked up to the mic as we speak. There's a great clearing kick there by Nick Cave, but who's that? Ethan Franklin has made a good spot in some space. Oh, a bit of an unlucky handball there, and over-the-shoulder free kicks being paid against Henry Challenger. He's probably giving him a bit extra work. Might be 52, so yeah, well warranted. Good call by the umpire there. Henry probably leaned into it more than he needed to. So the first goal could potentially come from some lack of concentration or poor work by the Tumby Footy Club. And Ethan Franklin, Geordie, how do you feel backing him in from here?
This is Ethan Pugsley here. Didn't see what quite happened there getting set up, but I think allowing for the wind, he should be able to poke one through, and he has. So.
There it is. The skipper for E United has kicked it. Great player, Ethan Pugsley. Sorry, Ethan, for getting your name wrong, but played a lot of A grade this year, and I think he even played some footy for Norwood.
So coming into the game, 3 times playing in the minor rounds, 2 wins to Tumby Bay, 1 to Air United, and a comprehensive win last in the first semi-final by Tumby by about 8 or 9 goals. So they'd be going in favourites, so that'll be a good little confidence boost for Air United to get one on the board there.
Absolutely, and great ruck work there by Stratford again.
Oh, good chase down tackle.
And a good chase down. Now that's what gave away the 50 metres before, that follow-on play by Henry Challenger. It was a great tackle, and E United certainly were away there.
Henry looking for the switch here. He chips it to the middle. Risky kick. Missed by Leroy Richardson, the handball up. And it's fighting for it. Comes out through Archer's eyes. Boring in again. There's some heavy tackles happening. The ball's rolling out. Will Turner, the medalist from this year, gets on his left foot, puts it forward, but this is going to be the problem. Ezra Foster's set up behind the ball. He's just left it behind here. Comes out, Ethan Franklin pokes it forward, but Thomas Allen cleaning up. He's under pressure now. Gets off.
Get out of the way,
Ezra.
he says. Friendly fire there. Kick down the wing. Looks like Marty Masson and Tyson Higgins. And Marty's come out with a win there, so well done. Nick Cave rushes on the boot, but Will Turner, the medalist, is mopping things up with a barrel into the forward lines. Watch it go now. Ezra Foster collects and goes and looks out to Thomas Allen, who's finding some space out on the wing here. He's been harassed by Harvey Masson on the line, but chip into Nick Cave, who's got a little bit of space, and hits Marty Masson right on the chest. Perfect.
These breezy conditions, they're not quite hitting targets. You can see them moving the ball if they can move it. It's going to be the big guys at centre half back for each team. They're going to have to push past them with a bit of run like this. Ethan Pugsley on the dash, low kick. He's missed the target, but he might have skidded through. That's a goal.
Two in a row. An absolute captain's game so far by Ethan Pugsley. He is finding plenty of the ball and doing great things when he's got it. He is really stamping his authority today. I reckon we met today with probably about a 15 to 17 knot westerly breeze coming across the oval.
No advantage.
Yeah, no real advantage to anyone.
It's going to be a factor, the wind, and they're going to have to run and carry a little bit more. Those big bombs just are going to struggle to hit targets. So back in the centre here, Brodie Stratford up against Liam Carr.
That's right. Stratford wins that one again, but straight to Henry Challenger.
Play on. Riley Pugsley out, gets a little poke forward, but there's space there. Brodie Stratford in the race. It's gone past it. Declan Phillips comes in, the handball forward. Ethan Franklin, a good little turn.
Oh, just held on a bit too long there, Prosser.
So Ethan Franklin looks up, waits for a target. It's that man again. Ethan Pugsley one-on-one, and he's done well. That's a great kick. And that's probably not a bad spot to have a shot at goal here. Great delivery there. Ethan Franklin looking for Ethan Pugsley, who's had an unbelievable start. Clearance and lining up for his 3rd goal. He's gone back a fair way here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same with the last one. It must be the way he comes in and kicks, because he was standing on the 50 last time. But the way he's going so far, you'd have to back him in on this. He's got some talent. He's really playing well.
Made the umpy work for it. And
put the kiss of death on him. But a really well-weighted kick by Ethan Franklin there, just to find that little space on the other side for him.
Ezra Foster with the kicking. Do you think he might have been a target, but he's going to go long. He's pointed, and off he goes. And it is a big kick. Out to that wing. He might have gone all the way carried with the breeze.
And there it is.
Did anyone touch it?
No, I reckon Will Turner's going to have a kick from there. So just a bit of background on today. Oz Richardson's not feeling 100%. He's been vomiting since 3 a.m. So
well, that is a big out.
Yeah, he's probably the big player for the Tumby Footy Club.
Definitely, yeah.
And is not at 100%. So Will Turner puts it in there to the forward 50 for United, but Ezra Foster's taken the mark. And as we would expect with this wind going straight across the ground, there was just a horde of players over on that far side. So straight and long and down the line. Looks like the ball's got a bit of water to it already. Looking a bit heavy and hard to kick.
Surface.
Yeah.
Kick up, flying through. That might be too high. That's Archer's eyes, I reckon. He's over on the other side.
And this is where Tumby have really found it hard to get forward, because Ian are playing so well across the middle and the back flank. They're just rebounding it so well. But into the man on the mark, not ideal. Looks like Thomas Allen there trying to go forward, and that is the Tumby Bay best and fairest, and Tyson Higgins moving left and right, and good night outside.
So Thomas Allen playing forward predominantly this year. Looks like he might have moved to the midfield to cover Oz in that role. So whether that leaves a hole up forward, we'll see as the game goes on. Scrapping away on the far wing. Big tackle, too high. Will Turner a bit eager. And it's Henry Challenger to move it forward for Tumby.
He's a big lad, is Will Turner. Played a lot of A-grade, played a great season of footy this year. Tyree Burgoyne gets it out of the pack and tries to get it forward, and Lance Staz has cleaned up the pack and is tackled like a spider to the ground.
The blonde tips standing out like a beacon on Lance on the other side, so that's very helpful of him.
I think that's Oz Richardson's first touch for the day so far, and I thought it might have been a throw, but might have been given a too higher in the back, free there. He's handballed it off to his mate Thomas Allen, and Tumby's real first time inside the forward 50. Nobody can get clear possession, but it's a sea of black, red and white back there, and they are really hoarding on the ball.
Might be too high, I recken.
So the umpire's picked out a free kick.
Tyson Higgins.
It would have been the only blue one there in the sea of the Saints, but it's going to be a bit of a tough kick because there's a bit of a wind disadvantage from where he's standing right now. Tyson Higgins took out the Tumby Bay best and fairest last week. He'll collect his trophy tomorrow, I presume.
Looks good.
And that's it. It's got a goal. Tumby Bay are on the board. So currently 1 goal even to Tumby Bay, to 2 goals, 1 to E United. And E United certainly have been the team with the possession and the flow of the game so far, I would imagine.
Important to get one there, Tumby. That's their first forward 50 entry, and they've got one through, so I'll be very happy with that. And a bit of movement, good attack at the footy, won a couple of free kicks to get it moving along that far wing. And it's back to this midfield battle, which, like most games, is going to be where the game is won. The wing is very close, so they'll be right in there as well. Harvey Masson there with the tap down. Will Turner breaks one and goes that big kick forward. Setting up
Jack
under
Petamonte is underneath that one there.
Bounces, who can be back there? It's Ezra Foster again, he needs to be clean. He picks up and away he goes with a good little chip out. Thomas Allen takes it. He looks around, slows it down. Can he find a target with Will Turner set up down the line?
Tumby Bay not really offering much, but Nick Cover's out here now and falls in the lap of Tyson Higgins, who does a bit of a shimmy and a shake and a kick through to the middle now to Tyree Burgoyne. Close pressure by Ethan Pugsy there.
Good switch.
Chip over.
Tully.
That's, Tully Robinson for Tumby. Staz goes through the hands, and I reckon it might be a ball up here. No one can get real clear possession on it.
Roddy Stratford in the ruck, taps it down unopposed, but it is not a clear stat there. As the drizzle just comes down, it won't make things easier, that's for sure.
Kicking in danger free there. So, you know, I've certainly had the run of the middle. Brody's doing a great job in the ruck and winning most of the taps from what I can see. But the midfielder just really playing well. Will Turner, no exception. There he goes again.
Throwing himself at it.
That's right.
Oh.
And it could have been a push in the back, but it might be a ball up, I reckon.
Umpire says throw it up.
Liam Carr won the tap there with no real opposition, but there must have been a free kick too high to Henry Challenger, who's going to be facing straight into this wind and have a kick. Archer Trezise is probably his target, but it's fallen a little bit short to his cousin. Handball out from Nick Cave to Tyree Burgoyne, who slaps it on the boot and just gets it forward at all costs, but rebounded back out by United. Great pick up by Ethan Pugsy there, but an equally good tackle by Henry Challenger. Henry's obviously got a job to tag him and not give him too much space.
He did that in the first semi, did a good job, and Ethan's had a good start, so that battle will be one to watch. Looking at the rain here, Flemo, I'd say that the wind may have swung a little bit, favouring the Air United end, going by the drizzle that's come in, and this is going to make it tricky as the scrappy play with a soccer out and a kick forward by Ethan Franklin, but set up behind
is Jack Petamonte. Nothing but space, but he goes back into
and he's in trouble.
Goes back into the thick of it, and Harvey Masson's done a great tackle. Oh no, it's not Harvey Masson. That's
Ethan Pugsley
again. He just doesn't stop, this kid.
Now, it is hard to. I think the wind is going straight across. It's hard to know. Swirling around the drizzle. Once again, not as easy a shot as you'd expect here. Probably 30 metres out, directly in front, but the breeze very strong. You want to start it out the left-hand goal posts, and he hasn't quite got all of it, and the wind can't do much work with that, and it's through for another point. So that's 2 goals, 2 to 1 goal.
You can just see the ball falling short here a lot, and that's due to the wet footy, obviously. It's heavy and it's hard to kick, so guys aren't getting their real distance on it. The big kicks out of the middle are probably coming from the bigger players in Stratford and Will Turner, but there's a big bomb out by Ezra Foster there, but to no great advantage of Tumby Bay. They'll see it over, it's been touched. There'll be a boundary throw in here, I would imagine.
There's going to be a lot of play on that far side. And it'll be interesting to see how the teams structure up around these or along that dead side, whether they drop a loose back for the quick kick out, where it's going to get harder and harder to hit targets. There's a scrappy play, a couple of soccers, and the umpire is hovering around and blows his whistle for another ball up.
It's hard to remember that we're actually in the middle of September here. This is weather we would expect for June or July, and Lock is an absolute bound of crops and puddles at the moment. There is great seasonal conditions for the farmers here, but not great conditions to play footy finals in. But Liam Carr wins the ruck there, out to Nick Cave, who's run over the ball, but he's picked it up again and slaps it on his boot. Will Turner just can't quite pick it up, met by Marty Masson, who's got a foot to the ball and moves it forward.
Well, the rain's got slightly heavier here as Thomas Allen gets it forward, and a mark here would be very useful. Can't bring it down.
Well, I don't think she quite had it there. Archer Trezise held on to her for a bit long, but there seems to be somebody down for United. Who's that, Geordie?
Yeah, I'm just having a look. It might be Mitchell Bates, who is a bit doughy on that ankle, and as he hobbles back to the back lines, he might need some attention. The ball keeps going and the umpire's going to ball it up. There's going to be a lot of this from now on. Tap down, some clear possessions here would make a big difference. Tyson Higgins gone into the middle now. Scrapping away, they can't pick it up. It spills out the back and over the line, and we'll have another throw in.
A good desperate dive there by Tyson Higgins to knock the ball out. Brody Stratford's doing a wonderful job in the ruck there, and he's a big lad, gets his handball out. Can't quite see, is that might
Riley
have been Will
Bell
Turner.
there getting
Riley
the
Bell.
big handball forward. Picked up, Nick Case had a good start to the game and he slams it on the boot. Was that touched or is that a kick? I think it's touched, might be a throw in over the line as they set up again.
There's no doubt in my mind we've got the best seat in the house here. I feel sorry for Mitchell Bates, who's wandering around there injured and cold and in the rain, but the rain is teeming down here and it looks like it's going to settle in for a while. and there's a scramble of players that nobody can get clear possession, but Tyson Higgins has found a way out through Thomas Allen, and his kick forward was for Jesse Jackson, but the one set up behind the play was Mitchell Bates there, who's been taken with it. Oz Richardson's getting a touch for a change, and now fed out by Tyree Burgoyne, but United has set so well up behind the play. Here we go, Archer Trezise through the hands of Staz, and rebound through Marty.
Tap forward, very important. Marty clears it. Here's Nick Cave again. He goes long, but it's Riley Pugsley. Just slippery ball slipped through. He opts for the torp. It's going to be Ezra Foster, and if he gets a kick on it, it could go. Bryn Pugsley chases him, one of the minis out there today.
Great talent, Bryn Pugsley, but you've got to look at the size difference between him and Ezra, and there's not much of a chance for poor Bryn. So free kick there to Brody Stratford.
He finds Ethan Franklin.
And this is where the game needs to be won. Both teams are slamming it on the boot, just trying to get it forward, but you can see that Brody really aimed for somebody and picked out a target then, and that'll be the difference. If you can hit a target today, you'll win the game. That one there from Tumby was...
Some good tackling pressure.
Great tackling pressure.
Henry Challenger tied up with Declan Phillips coming in. Yeah. And in a dangerous spot here, Tully heading back to the goal line if the quick snap out. Tap back, that was well done. Ezra Foster set up as they scrap for it. Ethan Pugsley, well done. But coming through...
Luke Hennell
takes it with him. He can't get the clearance. Now they do. Ned Prosser with a handball out. Ethan Franklin and Tyson Higgins, a good battle, and he pokes it forward. That's what it might be about today.
That's wet weather footy right there.
But good hands. Brody Stratford runs to the 50-metre line, but there's no one home, and it's that man again. Ezra Foster set up. Can they get a tackle, some pressure?
Just wants to get it out to this top side of Thomas Allen, but he didn't get it quite enough on it, and it's a dangerous spot. Tully Robinson's out and clear of Bryn Pugsley, and pokes it forward to Oz Richardson, who probably drops what he should have taken, but he's got the pace and the space, and he's kicked it forward to Jefferson.
Very open line, forward line here.
Pagan's paddock is away, and Archer Trezise is streaming in and dives on the footy, picks it up in front of Marty Massey, gets a handball out. It's a tough one for Jack Penamonti, that must be down there, and he's now finally picked it up. Young Jeffo to Oz. Oz has had a snap, and 1 point for Tumby.
That was much better movement from Tumby. Found some targets down the wing. Oz Richardson getting into the game slowly, finding a way to make an impact. A good mark in the turn, and they had the whole 50 to work in, and he followed up and got the kick. Mitchell Bates on that ankle. He's kicked it out. 2 on 2 here. Who can work together? Will Turner does a little handball to himself. Goes to ground. That slippery ball, they're both going for it. Well done.
Footy, well done.
Tyree Burgoyne.
Pick out by Thomas Allen. And Liam Carr in the chase.
That's a
great pickup. Good
footy.
handball. Probably wouldn't back his kick from here, but Jeffo's at home by himself. Oz Richardson's had a shot.
Well
great touch by Marty Masson. And
here's Bryn. Tyson Higgins runs past him though, and they'll scrap for it again. They're trying to get the hands out. A good tackle. Liam Carr does get it forward. He's a left footer. That's a great follow-up. And the umpy says holding the ball. Great tackle. Brody Stratford. Now can he find a target? They need some movement. He looks out to this side. Riley Bell. It's over the back. Bryn, can you get a handball release? He does. Riley's under pressure. Snaps it forward. Well done. Daniel Hennell.
Luke Hennell there.
Luke Hennell.
Great kick. Well, not a great kick, but Bryn Pugsley's in the chase of it. The Pugsley boys working together. No great possession, but I feel like the game has opened up a little bit here. Maybe because we can see it a bit closer. Ezra Foster is a force to be reckoned with today, and might have been taken a bit high there. Could have been too high. Could have been holding the ball, and he's played on. Looking for his mate, Oz Richardson, who's dropped one through the bread basket. Tyson Higgins, a left legger.
Will Isaac on the last line. He probably should have grabbed that, but it snuck through anyway. And the score moves along to 1-3 Tumby Bay to 2-2 Air United. Definitely the game's evened up here. This is what we expected.
We can just see Marty Masson limping her way through there. She's an important part of this Air United side. She's played a great season of footy this year, and it's so great to see women being involved in AFL. Great kick out by the captain there. Down to centre wing is...
Ethan Franklin here. He's got to keep it going. He loves the soccer skills. In crashes number of players. tapped out, set up behind Harvey Masson, and there's the siren for the end of the first quarter. Tight, even contest. Whether there's any advantage with this win, we'll see after the second quarter. But at the end of the first quarter, it's Tommy Bay 1 goal to 8 points to United 2-2-14.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter. The crowd's finding their way back off the field, and it's starting to fill up here at the Lock Oval. First half of that quarter was certainly in United's, and the game probably evened up a little bit to be a fair game in the second half of the quarter. But the midfield for United are playing well. Stratford, Pugsley and Turner.
It looks like Oz Richardson has moved in the middle, so hopefully he's feeling better. Shallow throw up by the umpy. It's that battle again, Henry Challenger this time, and he's gone to ground, and they'll have another reset.
I reckon Ethan would have enjoyed that tackle on Henry. Get back, something on him.
Yeah, they'll be going all day. Tap down, Tyson Higgins here reads it well, but he's caught high, and off he goes.
I've been watching a little bit of Collingwood, I reckon. He dropped to his knee there.
Harvey Masson needs to put some pressure on Oz. He used his left foot, but it's a scrubber.
And Nick Cave's there to pick up the pieces, but Will Turner's in the middle and won't let it go. Dive straight on it. They're in and out and everywhere, and Archer's grabbed it and been tackled by Ethan Pugsley and can't quite get it out. So another ball up. Tackling
pressure is increased another level here at the start of this second quarter. Coaches are giving them a rev up, and lots of bounces, lots of stoppages here. So get some clear possession. It might be that scrappy footy to get them started. Tyree Burgoyne does a very good job. He does get that scrap forward to Jesse Jackson. Nick Cave, one of the better players in the first quarter, and that's a great kick.
Usually a good user of the ball, but unfortunately Thomas couldn't hold it. He's had a second effort and picked it up. A handball out there to, I don't know whether that's Leroy Richardson. Yes, it is. Snap kick around the side. And Nick Cave's made himself some good space, but can't quite pick it up. Handball over to his mate Jeffo, but can't quite get there.
Socket.
Looks like it's going to be rushed through for a point. Yeah, Tumby certainly went into an open goal there, but great pressure by Marty Masson sort of didn't allow Nick to pick it up cleanly and get it out.
They just haven't had that clear shot yet. Once again, that battle, Ethan Pugsley does well. Attacks the ball, Thomas Allen goes at him. He goes again, shovels it out, and it's Ethan Franklin, who loves a bit of a soccer play, who gets it moving forward. He picks up, releases the handball. Can Ethan Pugsley find a way through? He can.
He just does not stop Ethan Pugsley.
Harvey Masson on his left foot slams it forward. Is that going to stay in? I don't think so. And it'll be a Tumby kick in on the far forward flank for United.
So as we saw in the first quarter, you can see all the players are on the other side of the oval. In these wet, slippery conditions, a switch kick inboard is probably not going to be the right option. You're going to have to go long and straight down the line and try and get clear possession. So he's looking for Oz Richardson, who's been pushed under the ball but couldn't quite get his hands on it, and Will Turner sees it out for a boundary throw in. Now, I don't know what's happened here, but it looks like Ethan Pugsley is...
he just stayed down after that tackle. I think he's up now, whether he's... took a bit of a heavy hit, but that snap forward. Nick Cave getting busy, swings round, looks forward, it's a one-on-one. But Will Isaac leaves the ball behind as he attacks it. He gets some help. But Thomas Allen snuck out the back here.
Alone in the square. And if he can just get his boot to ball, no. Great defensive work, and it's a free kick for holding the ball to Will Turner.
So they got there eventually and helped out. Tumby just couldn't get a clear kick on that last line, but they're pressuring and had most of it up in their forward 50 at the start of this second quarter. Will Turner taking a long time, and he's called to play on. Dodges around, takes an extra 5 metres and kicks a very long kick. Ethan Franklin, who's had a good start to this quarter, keeps it moving forward.
Tully Robinson, great pick up. In a kick forward, he's looking for Jack Petamonte, but it's just too far out in front.
Robert Beanham there is his direct opponent. He gets a little push out, the umpire says play on, and great tackle there as they take it over the line. Quick throwing by the umpy, he's seen a man by himself, so he gets it to him. Players diving on it.
And again, we'll see another ball up. The kick-outs from Man United are always going to go down that side. Obviously, the wind's going to favour this side if you're Tumby Bay at the 50. And Will Turner, just like a steam train, charges his way through there. Nice handball out, but a heavy tackle by Oz Richardson.
Centering kick, Riley Pugsley's there. It slips through his hands and Tyree Burgoyne goes back to get it. But he's tackled immediately by Riley Bell. So definitely evened up this quarter. Haven't seen too much free play, but they'll be looking to see what they can do. And as they scrap here, it's Oz Richardson who's getting his hands on it. That's a great kick, but good pressure on Thomas Allen by Will Isaac. And the umpy said that's too high. He had a better view than us, and this is a very nice spot to have a shot for goal. Thomas Allen, he's been moved up forward as Oz Richardson's gone back into the midfield, and chance to slot through his first goal for the game. As I reckon the wind might have just eased.
The sun's out now.
Sun's out, and a good chance to put Tumby Bay in front in the opening stages of the second quarter.
So 5 minutes gone into the second quarter, and Thomas has his shot and unfortunately missed it. The wet footy's playing havoc with him. He can't quite stick a mark, and obviously it's the ball drop was rather difficult there for him as well.
It's the first clear sort of shot they've had. As Mitchell Bates, does he get enough on it? But it's Nick Cave who does stick a good mark. He goes back, kicks low, not far enough.
Well done, Ethan Pugsley.
Can Ethan get around him? He's tackled now. Thrown to the ground. The umpy says that's all right.
Ooh, that one might have been
a very
bit high.
heavy tackle there. The umpy's let a couple go there as Henry Challenger and Brody Stratford scrap for the ball. Far flank here, it's tapped down. Nick Cave can't quite gather it, but he's fallen on top of a couple of times. So that intensity around the footy's definitely lifted this quarter. Thrown up, Brody Stratford and Liam Carr, taps down, it's at their feet, who can pick it up?
Umpy says I'll have it again. I'll tell you what,
you got the pole in the way.
The timekeeper's finger will be busy on the pulse here, stopping the game and on and off. Marty Mass and the handball into towards Tumby goal, but was thrown down after the ball and pushing the back. They were both there. Umpires picked out a well worth free kick. It's a tough spot here, but she's picked out Will Turner and he's unfortunately dropped to that wet heavy ball, was playing havoc. But Oz Richardson turns to his left foot, chips it forward to Tyson Higgins, who doesn't really attack the ball, but he's found it onto his right to jet towards Jesse Jackson direction. He's taken a great mark there. Thomas Allen streaming out from full forward, likes this space, and he's taken a great mark and a great kick. So Thomas will be wanting to square the ledger after the last one. Might be channeling his inner Tom Hawkins from last night's footy and missed a few early.
Those points are adding up for Tumby. 5 shots at goal now compared to 4 for Air United. They're 4 points down. This to put them in front and give them a nice little lead as they reset. Kick looks better, straight over the goal umpire's head, and that is the second goal for Tumby Bay. Thomas Allen puts it through to give them a 2-point lead after 8 minutes, I'm guessing, of the first quarter.
Just gone 7 minutes. I'm shaking my head at this scoreboard, which is a great scoreboard from Lock Footy Club. They should be very proud about it. But when the commentator just wants to look up and see a score, they're signalling a goal. So Tumby Bay, 2 goals, 4-16 play. Air United, 2 goals, 2-14. Hasn't been a hell of a lot of play in the Air United forward 50 this quarter. So it would suggest that the wind is actually favouring the northern end. The ruck duel in Stratford and Carr again. Stratford's probably had the wood on this one, but he wins this one again. And great soccer work again by Franklin through, and that's the forward 50 penetration they were looking for. Ezra Foster probably not looking at the footy, and a kick out by Ned Prosser through, but mopping it up.
He wasn't going for the footy a couple of times there. He ran past it to try and get the bump, and the umpy says we'll free kick to United. He's just got that over, but Thomas Allen couldn't claim the mark. This goes forward. Declan Phillips, can he gather? Scrappy play. Declan Phillips goes again. Oh, he was nearly in his back. The umpy says, I'll ball it up. Right at the top of the goal square here. Tumby have plenty of numbers there. The umpy's throw just gets carried away. Declan Phillips tries to handball, misses it. Who can pick it up? Will Turner again gets a little handball. Declan Phillips gets handball, but it's chopped off right there.
It's a great spot to handball too. Henry challenges onto it with the heat of the United captain in Pugsley straight behind him.
So they've managed to get it out to 40 metres out. Tumby scrapping it out. Ethan Pugsley had a great start to the game and he's trying to work his way in, and it's Harvey Masson. So this is not a bad spot to have a shot for goal. Harvey's been a little quiet. He's working into the game now, and he usually is a very reliable shot. So I'll back him in here if he sits it up to that right-hand post. We're right behind him, and he's done it perfectly. That's a lovely shot at goal. He's put it through. And United get the reasonably quick answer there. Their first sort of entry into their 50, and they've managed to get it. Once again, Ethan Pugsley getting his hand on the footy. Some clean possession. Harvey out in front and a great finish. Harvey's a great goal kicker for United. Kicked a couple of late ones against Cougars last week and really made the difference. Very smart footballer, and like Geordie said, just working his way into the game. But the game is being controlled by the midfield here. Even when Tumby Bay are winning the taps, United on ballers are picking it up and managing to get the clearance. So Will Turner tries to get up off the ground, but it's a bit of a knee kick. And looks like Declan Phillips and Ezra Foster are going for it, and Ezra's just willing it forward, but Phillips is the one that's got the boot to ball. Harvey Pedler picks up Harvey Masson picks up a dry ball and boots it forward, and it's Henry Challenger who's got no time at all to get rid of it before he's tackled by Ethan Pugsley. Once again, a centre clearance there to United, and this is where they want it. Try and get in their forward line, see what they can do. Declan Phillips going in a little soccer, but set up on the last line of defence. And they move it out through Ned Professor. He's got a man loose. It's Thomas Allen who's run forward. He plays on now. Can he get around Ethan Franklin? He can. And the kick is a great delivery. Going out to the big albatross in Albie McDonald there, but can't quite take it. See the mullet flowing with the breeze. He's soccering it forward, and Oz Richardson's onto it now. Good pick up. Must be swapping with Thomas Allen up forward. Jeffo's got a paddock. He's got a bit of heat behind him. It's going to be a tough one to pick up. Needs to be 50-50 ball. Good contest. He goes again. Oh, he might have been pushed in the back. He is. The umpy was right there. Just a bit messy with that second effort there from Cooper Hibbins. So I don't know how big his kick is, but he's lining up. He's looking confident, and this would be a good reply for Tumby. Scores United 3-2-20 to Tumby 2-4-16. This to put him back in front in a very even contest. Oh, it hasn't quite brought it back enough. So it's another behind for Tumby Bay as they pepper the goals. They just can't seem to get that couple of goals to get a break. Ethan Franklin to bring it back in. He's looking for Will Turner. Opting for the top side again, which I find a little bit strange. But this one looks like it might have worked. Riley Pugsley takes a great mark in front of Tyree Burgoyne, looking for his brother. Archer Trezise doesn't want to let it go, and Harvey Masson's just been stripped of it. So Archer's working here like a dog at a bone, but great tackle by Will Turner. And again, tackling pressure is quite impressive here for a senior Colts game. They're definitely having a good crack. The umpires are doing a good job. A little bit of niggle there as Brodie taps it down. Harvey on his left can't get good contact as Ezra Foster. Good hit, both big boys for 16-year-olds there. Great work by Brodie Stratford there. He's taken the tackle, given away the free kick, but then called his mate in and pushes back because he knows he's going to be in this marking contest here. Long kick. Hard to mark. Straight through the hands of Oz Richardson, and Tyson Higgins is in the charge of it, but nobody can pick up this wet footy. Flicked it out. Oz has followed up. Comes out. Tyson Higgins, who's been a bit quiet at the start of this one, flicks it out to Oz on his left again. Can it stay in? It does. Fumbled over the line. No. What's going on? It's behind the pole. The boundary umpire's called a throw in. But I don't know whether it was actually touched. I believe it was over the line without being touched. So it's the last touch rule, but the boundary umpire's throwing it in anyway. He lobs it in. So 3 points to United. Tumby Bay 2 goals 5-17 to 3 goals to United. Even contest here.
No clear possession.
In a dangerous spot here for United. If Tumby can get a clear snap at goal, it's right where you want to be kicking from. It is a snap at goal from Oz Richardson, but it's right across the face, and that will be a kick in for United. Will Isaac on that last line to take it deep in the pocket. He'll be looking for one of the taller targets that Tumby have set up. No doubt he'll go that far side. He waits for an option, moves it on now.
Brody Stratford probably needs to be moving over into that space there. He's
and I don't know if that was touched either, so it'll be coming back straight away where it's come from. And in the far pocket, it's Tully Robinson as he looks forward. Up there, Jesse Jackson couldn't bring it. Or
McDonald, or one of them. They look the same from here. Jesse Jackson it was, number 17.
Yeah. Free kick here. It's Ethan Franklin.
Great work by Riley, Ethan Pugsley there, just to edge Ezra Foster out of it. He'd be my pick so far for best on ground, Ethan. He's everywhere. He's playing well in attack and well in defence as well. Ezra's getting plenty of it, but he kicks it forward, and it's a lucky kick. It's bounced off the chest of Kobe Dillon, I believe. Nick Cade's found some space, and usually a good user of the ball, but puts it into Riley Jefferson, that's rebounded out through United, and
he's got too much on that.
Yeah.
We've got 15 minutes gone here in the second quarter. On the far flank, Tully again, I think, maybe, looking for options. Oh, it's Thomas Allen. He does kick forward. Archer Trezor's in the contest. Ethan Franklin's been good this last 5 minutes, just trying to put some pressure on and help out that back line. And it's over the line. The throw in to no one there. Thomas Allen, well smothered. Brody Stratford
didn't have it. Might have been a free kick without the ball there. The ball's come out and Oz Richardson's jumped on whoever it was that picked it up, and another ball up. So if you're getting $1 for a ball up today, you'll be making your money, I reckon.
Taken out of the ruck by Oz Richardson, hands it off. Ezra Foster left, right. Goes back, just a fumble by Archer's eyes, dives to get it again, tries to get up, pops out. They're fighting for it. Archer going again. Tyree Burgoyne scraps it forward. And it's over the line, and I don't think that was touched. So United will have a free kick deep in the forward pocket. And it's going to be Baden Simpson who's got it. Surely we'll be looking on that outer side for a target. Loads up now, it's a floater. And a good contest, Brody, but he couldn't mark it. Little smart soccer skills. Nick Cave links up with Tyree, who puts on the check side. It's
nobody
Will
got
Isaac,
home for Tumby
he just fumbles it, dangerous spot, and it's taken through.
Tyson Higgins tries to claim that, but it was clearly off the foot of an United player there.
Well, I think it might have tunnel balled it under there, Riley, who thinks he can do the kick in, and it's not a bad delivery there. Will Turner's got a bit of space, and he slows it down. He looks inside. He's going to come straight down the middle.
Ned Pross is in the hot seat, but over his head it goes.
Cam Delane to run onto it, but it's this Ethan Pugsley again who does that really well. Can he trap it? No, it's over the line for another ball in. So they've moved it to the far outer wing here at United, just holding these forward thrusts by Tumby, who now 2-6-18 to 3-2 United 20, 2-point game.
A lot of forward entry from Tumby, and but no majors on the board. Nick Cave is setting up well behind the play, but in the lead of the ball with Mitchell Bates here. Looks like he's over his ankle. We whacks it on his right boot to square it up to Riley Pugsley, or Bryn Pugsley, is it?
It's Riley. He just leaves it for Tyson Higgins. He swings on his left. This is a dangerous spot, and Oz too good, too strong. Marks 35 metres out, directly in front.
On a dry day, I'd back Oz from here, but the wet, heavy footy might play a bit of a part in how he goes. Like we said earlier, Oz is not feeling particularly well today. Got a bit of a vomiting bug. He was actually runner-up in the Tumby Bay A-grade best and fairest this year. But
he's
a class
well
player and makes
no
mistake of that. Tumby Bay 3 goals, 6-18 to E United 3 goals 2. And
so a critical goal there coming into the last couple of minutes of the first half, putting Tumby back in front with what we think might be maybe a 1 or 2 goal breeze to that end. Tumby Bay now in the lead, 3 goals 6-24, Air United 3-20 into the last minute of the second quarter.
So the clearances have predominantly been won by Air United, but Tumby have got Ezra Foster in the ruck now to add a bit of firepower. Liam Carr must be having a rest down back. Handball out by Henry Challenger to Thomas Allen, and it's a smother by Will Turner, but he's handballed it out to space and straight onto his Will Turner with a kick off the ground. Tully Robinson's dropped the mark, and United just willing it forward through Phyllis there. Great work by Franklin to get a clearing kick, and the young fellas there are into it.
Ball comes out, throw up, says the umpire. So I reckon down the last 15 seconds, Tumby will be happy just to hold it up here and get another stoppage. Ball's out there, there's not long left. Ethan Pugsley, I think he's got too much on it, and he's missed on his left foot. And that might be the end of the second half. The score, Tumby Bay 3-6-24 to Air United 3-3-21. Best players for Tumby, Flemo.
I'd have to say Ezra Foster's probably had the most of it. Thomas Allen's done fairly well, and Nick Cave would be in there for me. Oz is starting to get a bit more of the footy. What about Air United?
I think I've been impressed with Brodie Stratford in the ruck, as well as his tackling pressure. Ethan Pugsley, very dangerous whenever he's near the ball, and I was quite impressed with both Ethan Franklin and Harvey Masson getting busy that quarter after a quiet start. So a very even contest here going into the second half. Each team with an opportunity to get themselves into the box seat coming into this third quarter. If Air United can capitalise on whatever breeze there is, it could be set up for a great second half.
So yeah, I'm not sure what the radar's looking like. We'll have to get a bit of a look at it, but right now at Lock, the sun's shining and the breeze is still here, but it's looking like a bit more favourable conditions. We'll come back with the second half shortly. So the players are finding their position for the start of the second half. Liam Carr back in the ruck for Tumby, and Brodie Stratford still keeping it going. But it's the Air United midfield that's winning it again. Ezra Foster gets a hand to it, but well done by the Phyllis lad there.
Brodie Stratford pumps it forward. Can they get a mark? It's over the back. Tidied up nicely by Harry LeBrun. He's looked wide, but there's no one there, and he's just put it out into the car park. And Air United will have a free kick from Ethan Pugsley in a tricky spot, but they'll be happy with it there. Can he find a marking target? Ezra Foster setting up 20 metres out. Gets a low poke, and it's a great kick. Ethan Franklin. Once again, not an easy spot to have a shot from. He looks around.
It's got Will Turner in the middle, but that's going to be a tough kick. Great kick, a great handball Shepherd.
And
Ethan Pugsley off the face of the goal.
Jed fouls her there with the one-hand attempt, but it's going to be hard to kick goals from that pocket as Ezra Foster resets, and the first score of the second half is an Air United behind. Comes off the side of the boot, and I don't think that's been touched, and it's going to go over the line, and we're going to have a kick in by Cam Delane on the far flank. Crowd getting rowdy here as we go into the second half. Kids have been busy with arts and craft all week by the looks, and we'll see lots of different colours throughout the day. As Cam Delane starts it, it's forward through the hands of Oz Richardson. His brother there helping out. Ethan Franklin, kick forward. Declan Phillips picks up, snaps it forward, but it's over the line. And on the full...
so it looks like Ned Prosser will be taking the kick there, or was the umpire picked out a free kick?
I think Will Turner signalled that he thought it was out on the full, so I reckon they've done the old kick into the opponent's foot on the boundary line and get it off them.
Ah, how clever.
So, yeah, we'll from here, that's what we'll call it. So, with the check side into the win, and he has not done that particularly well. I don't think he's even scored. So
yeah, Tumby Bay need to be on their bike here and get on the 50-metre line, because you really want to get some distance in that kick. Touched by young Jacko, and a shake and bake by Tyree Burgoyne. It's a handball forward to the young Richo, and handball out now to Tyson Higgins, who doesn't quite hit the target, but Ned Prosser just wheels it forward, but set up behind the players. Mitchell Bates, who's got a handball out. And the Tumby Bay midfield just don't seem to be quite following as they should. Great kick by Tyson Higgins there, and I think it's Jack Petamonte in the run of it with Riley Jefferson.
It's Cooper Higgins. He's brought down. It's a good tackle. The umpire says play on though. Marty, can she get the hand out? It's pinched by Tyson Higgins. He's off and running. Has a bounce with a slippery ball.
Over the top to Staz. Falls in his lap. Doesn't quite grab it. Tyson dives on it again. So Tyson's had a real good start to this quarter. He seems to be in and amongst it everywhere. Like I said earlier, he won the best and fairest of Tumby Colts this year. Yeah, Don Tyson won it. Yeah, so great tap out there. And Will Turner bangs it on the boot. What was it supposed to be a torpedo, but it doesn't matter.
It's gone probably 80 metres.
80 metres, exactly.
And it stayed in, so.
That's a win. They've kicked a touch there. And
it's done well too high though.
Yeah.
That's what you get for a little fella going hard at it. You earn those free kicks. He looks forward. There's players loose, but Oz Richardson drops the ball over the line. So he'll be disappointed with that as it's a ball in on the far side here. Oh, crowd's into it.
A few of the parents starting to arc up here in front of us.
Ned Prosser snaps it forward. It's going to be Tyson Higgins to it first. A good contest, and he's trapped it very well. Spins out of trouble and releases the handball.
Free there through the middle. Great kick forward to young Jeffo, who's taken a great mark. Now that's a heavy football. Thomas Allen's leading out of the forward line and slips over at the wrong point, but might have saved him in the end because he's been able to pick it up, but goes to ground unfortunately. If he'd have picked it up and kept running, he would have had an open goal there. So Tumby will want to capitalise against a small wind disadvantage for them going down this end. Archer tries to have the ruck, and Jesse Jackson grabs it out and banged it on the boot, and he's kicked the goal. So Tumby Bay 4 goals 6-30 to Air United 3 goals 4-22. And that was one against the flow, I reckon, for Tumby.
Good forward stoppage play there. Tap down to a player on the move, and he puts it through with that scrappy footy, but it's the way to get it through the big sticks today. So that's a good start for Tumby, just giving them a little bit of a breather, an 8-point advantage. Five
minutes gone. So Brody Higgins looks to be rucking all day. Tumby are going to swap between Carr and Foster in the ruck. And Brody wins that one clearly.
Tyson working back on it, wants his left foot, swings around, chips it out.
Looking for Leroy Richardson on the wing, but he's dropped the mark unfortunately. But great second effort and a tackle. Has been rewarded for a great effort there.
Just too slow there, Cam Delane.
4 Richardson boys today, 4 grand finals. So Nick Cave has taken a great mark and does a bit of a dodge around, looking for Tyree Burgoyne, but ends up in the hands of Marty Masson. Great kick out there by Marty, looking for some space, but that wind is going to be pretty tricky. They've touched it and they'll see it over for a boundary throw-in. So Marty Masson in the last year of Colts this year, and so we'll look to further her football career elsewhere. And good on her too. She's a great little player. Well, might have been a bit high on for Oz Richardson to Harvey Masson there, but Oz has ended up with the ball and sent it down along the wing. Jesse Jackson in the chase of it.
It's another throw in. A very open forward line. Air United haven't got back behind the ball. Brody Stratford grabs it and pumps it back over the line. So that is, give him a chance here to set up and see what Tumby can do moving it into this wind. Goal umpire's looking for it under the car. He's found it. Gets it back to Nick Cave, who started the game well. He'll be looking to get into this second half.
Goal umpire's a long way from home. Nick Cave plays on from the mark and kicks to the centre half forward region, looking for Ezra Foster, but through his hands again, and Riley Jefferson there trying to pick it up, but Ezra is the guy that's with his hands on it. Great clearing kick there by
Mitchell Bates.
Mitchell Bates.
There's this contest again. Ethan and Henry challenge it, flicks it up. Ethan Franklin gets it forward. Ned Prosser, a 2-on-1 here. He just cleans Lucas up,
Luke.
And he's gives Henry a chance to move it forward.
Oh, unlucky there by Pugsley, but great pick up by Tyree Burgoyne.
And it's a good kick.
Great kick to Thomas Allen, but he drops an easy mark that he probably should have taken, and Jesse Jackson's taken down with the ball with the Tumby Bay forward 50. So a ball up here, Tumby will be looking to capitalise from this. Probably feel like they've got the momentum at this stage. Tyson Higgins has had a great second half.
Good start.
And handball to Nick Cave, who's just popped it over the top to Jack Pedamonte, and waiting there is
Will Isaac. Probably lucky not to give away a free kick there. It's Archie Trezise is up. Handball's forward. Thomas Allen, can he pick it up?
Might have been a bit too high, but he's been tackled with the ball and really can't get it out. So edging their way closer to the Tumby goals now. Brody Stratford taps in towards the play.
Harvey Masson gets it out, but Oz is set up there. I've got a 3-on-1 here at Tumby. Oz picks it up. Can he find a target? Yes, Thomas Allen. Probably 40 metres out. He's looking confident.
He's normally a long kick at the footy, Thomas Allen, but the wind is not going to advantage him here, as we're seeing bits of the streamers swirl around here in the wind.
So Ezra Foster's headed back behind the goals, whether he can have a run and jump at the ball.
He's going to take a shot from here.
Kicks from probably 48 metres. It is off the side of the boot. It spills through. Tackled there, and
Ezra,
he's taken it over the line. Yes, it's a look behind there. That goal post has copped it, and
we might be seeing a bit of a Wayne Carey situation. Ezra's knee has collided with the goal post there, and he's looking a little bit limp after the collision. He's going to have to work his way back. The Tumby Bay bigger bodies are starting to exert themselves a bit more now, whereas Ian are evenly matched across the board. Will Turner, great effort at a mark and a great shepherd by Brody Stratford. Down the line, Tully Robinson landed in his lap, but he couldn't quite take it.
Just leaves it behind. Great attack at the footy by Liam Carr. And players flying in, and Simon Pedler, the umpire, is going to ball up right in front of us here on this close wing. So unopposed there, Liam Carr. They're scrapping for it in the air. Little toe poke. Liam Carr, that's well done.
Great handball out to Thomas Allen, who's waiting.
Just leaves it behind. A good shepherd. Good shepherd again by Tyson Higgins, but he's in trouble now. That's 50 metres, yeah.
Undisciplined play by Tumby Bay. They've been doing it all day.
So Thomas Allen, he broke one, he broke two. He couldn't get through the third. And
Ezra
Riley
Foster's
Pugsley,
off with a cork thigh now. Great chip there.
Well, that could be a development in the game. He did hit that goal post very hard, and I initially was concerned about the post, but it looks like Ezra might have come off second best. Ball in the far pocket, that's well done. Leroy Richardson gets it forward to Ned Prosser.
Doesn't quite get the bounce.
Ethan Franklin wants an option. Long handball. Ethan Pugsley now. He tries to get back.
Great
Ethan Franklin's
work by
followed
him.
up on the check side.
1 point.
Through for a point.
I've just been watching for the last couple of minutes. Ethan Pugsley's finding himself a bit of space, so I don't know whether the checking's got a bit loose or Tumby Bay not working that tagging role quite so hard. But Thomas Allen's going to be the one bringing it in from Tumby Bay. So Ian United 3 goals, 5-23, plays Tumby Bay 4 goals, 7-31. Tumby Bay are 8 point advantage at the moment.
He had Ned Prosser, and Ned's moved it on quickly to Tully. Now this has opened up here, some good run forward. Good tackle there by Robert Beanham on Tyree Burgoyne, but he squirts it out and following up. Once again, a great chase down tackle. It's Brody Stratford, brings Tully down, and that's what they needed as Tumby were looking to move forward. Brody looks for an option, Riley Bell, but it's well done. Thomas Allen the contest, and he follows it up, squeezes a little handball out. Soccer off the ground's worked here. Ethan Franklin now. Deep forward, over the back, well read.
Set up well by Harry LeBrun there, I reckon it was.
He plays on.
Kick probably into a dangerous zone towards the Harvey Masson direction.
He's
who normally
pressure.
Uses it well, and a great kick forward.
Kick. Oh.
Had it been on target, it would have been a goal with no worries at all.
So now it's United's turn to miss a couple of opportunities. They're 3-6-24. Tumby Bay in front with 4-7-31.
Luke Hennell ropes out of the goal square and tries to penetrate the 50, but Will Turner's lining up there. And I think the target was Albie McDonald.
Plays on his left, but there's no one home. That's Ryder Franks there who picks it off.
Beg your pardon, it was Ryder Franks who's kicked it out before, not Harry LeBrun.
And he's set up here. He plays on, looking for Oz, but he goes even shorter to Nick Cave. That's a good use. Maintaining possession into the wind here. Here's Harry.
Harry doesn't really want it.
But he's under pressure here. They've made it, and Riley hasn't got the ball. He's taken down Riley Pugsley. they made a little bit of a mess of that. They had options down. Riley plays on with a torp. Okay, probably wasn't the best option. Needed to sit it up for his players to have a run and jump.
Henry Challenger's taken the mark, and look down to the bottom side there. Alvin McDonald's taken a great mark on his chest and given away to Ned Prosser, who's really got no target up forward. Leroy Richardson's dropped a pretty tough handball there, and it's going to be a ball up down here again. So yeah, Tumby Bay really didn't set up well. They moved the ball out of that back line well, and the umpires picked out a free kick here to Ned Prosser. Interesting kicking action, Ned Prosser. Right hand, left foot as it goes forward. Will Turner's underneath the ball, but nobody can get clear possession. Oz Richardson has just plucked it out and willing it forward, and he's looking for young Jefferson there in...
I think he's taken it over. He's done enough to get a throw in, and the play is a long way from this ball in, and they make their way nail with a very open forward line for Tumby. Only one player, United player in it.
Will Isaac not forgetting his post.
So whether this is a tactic just to use up this last 5 minutes as the breeze is still very blustery and maybe even getting stronger. It's Nick Cave with the clearance, gets it forward, and there is that player, Will Isaac. He gets it forward, but it's chopped off by Tully Robinson. Scraps it forward, it's a leg race here. Off
target. Now we look like we've got Ezra Foster back on the field, so that's a little win for him.
He's back on and he's limping, but Mitchell Bates there, who's taking the kicking, he's also is looking a bit doughy on his ankle as well. Looks to move it forward. High kick, it's going to take some marking. Oz Richardson through his hands, Harvey Masson at the back. Good pick up and
great pick up and handball to space.
Oh, it's a strong tackle and too strong. The umpires said a little bit too much effort on that one, and he's handed it off to Brody Stratford, who goes long down. Declan Phillips worked under the ball, but it's Harry LeBrun at the last line. He gets it out, kicks it what looks like directly out of bounds on the full.
It's a ploy his older brothers have played in their previous times in football, but unfortunately the rules have changed to the last touch rule now, so over the boundary line it goes, and a free kick for United.
Cam Delane looks to bring it back inside, a risky kick. It comes to ground there, they scrap, great pick up. Will Turner, who's been a little bit quiet. It's a free kick though coming back to Ethan.
You would think advantage could have been played in that situation. Will was away and had an opportunity to have a shot on goal.
Ethan Franklin, he'll centre it up to Harvey Masson.
Probably just outside his distance here, I would say, but
now
he'll look for a target.
Looking for the big target. We got Ethan Pugsley, Will Turner, they're scrapping for it. Declan Phillips picks it up. He keeps going, gets the handball now. Umpire says a throw.
It's great defensive work by Liam Carr there. He's a great defender. He's really come a long way, Liam Carr, in his footy this year, and got a fist to the ball, which would have been Will Turner's. So out with Ned Prosser here in the Oz Richardson direction. Leroy Richardson's picked it up and shelled it out to, might have been Thomas Allen running through, but Harvey Masson's picked it up, and unfortunately the wrong direction for United on the boot.
Ethan Franklin picks it up, dodges, slaps it forward. Will Turner, again Liam Carr, very good defensive work. Can't get a foot to it, the umpire...
Well, that was unlucky, it was a great tackle. Tumby Bay dropped it in the tackle. Now 16 and a half minutes gone, so we've got 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter here. Still anybody's game.
United will probably be looking for one more goal with this breeze, I think, to make sure they're well and truly in it. But it's Tyson Higgins who... Has he won a free kick? No, he hasn't. The umpire will ball it up. Liam Carr, the big fist down. Harvey Masson through his hands and socketed forward now. Jesse Jackson in front, just slams it on the boot round the corner. Mitchell Bates toe pokes it up, but it's straight to Nick Cave. And Will Isaac in the right spot, but just fumbles it and takes it over the line here.
Nobody inside the forward 50 or from the forward centre half forward area for Tumby, as a few players starting to notice and work their way back. But it really does look like Tumby Bay are leaving their forward lines open and trying to work the ball in and run it in as they go, Pagan Paddock style. So Nick Cave on the boot to nobody in particular, but Ezra Foster sort of plucked a loose ball there, and Jesse Jackson's trying to barge his way through but can't quite get it. Ezra's got it with a handball forward to young Ryland Jefferson, but nobody can get a hold of the ball here.
Marty Masson, the handball out to her brother Harvey. He flicks it to Brodie with a long kick forward now. It's Lucas Arnsby up, but Hennell set up behind there with Oz Richardson. He flicks it wide to Henry. Back to Oz. They've worked it very well.
Great shepherd by Liam Carr there to buy a little bit of space, and it's kicked in the Ezra Foster direction. He hasn't quite picked it up well, and he's played for a free kick and got it.
A free kick.
You can tell he's a bit lame on that leg. He's probably not throwing himself at it like he normally would. Now, again on a dry day, Ezra from here you would say would be a good chance of kicking a goal, but wet footy and a bit of wind and a leg injury is probably not going to favour him. So looks like he's milking the clock now. 18 minutes and 30 seconds gone.
A goal here would be a huge advantage for Tumby as they come home with what seems to be the wind. He's going to kick from 40 metres. It's done the job, I think. He set it up there, the wind's brought it home, and it's got it through. So into the last minute of the third quarter, that gives Tumby Bay an extra break. 5-7-38 to E United 3-6-24. So 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, 14 points now. 14 points, 12
14
points.
Yeah. Over 2-goal advantage.
Yeah. And double checking my maths here. I wouldn't double check Jordan's maths, but I'm not always the sharpest with the maths. So Brodie Higgins back in here again. Bit of heat on Henry Challenger in the middle, so I don't think Henry's making himself any friends out there. Nick Cave over runs the footy, and it's the captain in Pugsy who's bombed it forward. Great kick, 60-metre kick down the forward line.
Lucas Arnsby handsball, immediately tackled is Ethan Franklin. Lucas goes back to get it. Archich's eyes ducks ahead and gets a big handball forward.
Unlucky by Leroy, not to just to get the handball out, but Harvey Masson's been smothered, and it's out to Thomas Allen, who's got a little bit of space and chips it over to Nick Cave, who's played it on quickly. Maybe it wasn't 15.
I don't think it's paid.
And maybe Nick should have held on to that, but he saw an opportunity to go along. Might have been the right decision.
End of the third quarter, as we said, Tumby Bay 5-7-37 to E United 3-6-24. Just going in the ascendancy with that last goal, Tumby Bay. Set up well here. Any team still in it, but it's going to be Tumby Bay's game to put it away, or E United are going to pull something out of the hat here going into the last quarter.
So welcome back to the fourth quarter. The supporters and players are finding their way to position and off the field.
A few of them, most of them are off. A couple of stragglers heading to various parts of the ground as umpire Howe just waits as they make their way off the oval. Close game here, set up well for an exciting last quarter.
Tumby Bay have gone heavy on the midfield here. Liam Carr's in the ruck. Just noticing that Thomas Allen is on the wing. Now that's what we expect from Oz Richardson, that play up forward and long kick into the forward lines. Ezra Foster's playing at full forward, obviously resting his leg, and that looks like Jack Petamonte over there with a kick out from United's.
Robert Beanham getting it forward. Too high there. Will Turner, bit eager.
Kobe Dillon's having his kick here.
Gets it forward.
Ezra
right
Foster.
A dangerous spot. That's too easy. And that's,
now this will be a very difficult spot to kick. I'm glad it's Ezra having a shot here and not me. But he'd be kicking straight into the window, I reckon, or a very difficult kick.
Well, it can be a possession game for this last quarter for Tumby if they work hard and lock it in. It's going to be hard for United to score too quickly from what we've seen for the rest of the game. He goes back, 35 out. The kick looks pretty good. And the umpire says that is a goal. So that is a fantastic start for Tumby Bay. Underway, Ezra Foster standing up in the pack. And that is the ideal start. Oz Richardson with the clearance, worked it down there. Two of their best players getting involved early, and that is going to put some pressure on E United to win this clearance and get it forward for a quick reply before the game gets beyond their reach.
So that has been the goal scoring end, the northern end today, as I'm sure you're all aware, and it's going to be hard work from here, but it's not out of reach for E United by any stretch of the imagination.
But Thomas Allen moved on to the wing, so they had rolled the dice here, getting all their midfielders around the ball. Will Turner reads it well in that defensive role in the midfield. Another talk going forward. Here we go, Declan Phillips, the handball forward. It's over the back. That's well done. That is a goal. As we said, started with the clearance. The United crowd getting involved here, and Ethan Franklin hit the ball with pace, snapped and finished perfectly, and that has kept this game alive well and truly. So a quick clearance, instant reply, and within 2.5 minutes of this last quarter we've had a goal each. Clearances here critical, plenty of space around the ball.
That was just such great roving work and a great goal. If you want to look textbook roving work, that was it.
Riley Bell here needs to get forward, and he doesn't. It's too slow, and he's
tackle
caught holding
Richardson.
the ball. What can he find going forward? Looks like he might be a bit proppy on that ankle after a good tackle. He does look for Ezra, and he's laced him out.
It's a lovely kick. It's very hard to judge with this wind, and nobody really knew where that was going. Not even Ezra sort of had to wait and then wait his time and run onto it. So he'll be kicking from almost, I'd say 48 metres, and it's going to be a difficult kick. But the wind at the moment just seems to
from here. This is
back him in.
From looking at his last couple of kicks, this is not a bad spot. He's got a big kick. He approaches now, sits it up, and it looks good. He's put it straight over the goal umpire's head, and that is his second goal, and he could be a match-defining move. Heading forward, he started off with 2 goals. Once again, that clearance through Oz Richardson through the free kick. United too slow to move it forward, and the game's really opened up here. We've had 3 goals in 3 minutes.
A flurry of goals in the fourth quarter, and Ezra Foster, who normally plays down back, normally his older brother Phoenix is the forward in the family, but Ezra's been moved forward with that sore leg, and looks like it's been a great decision so far.
We'll see if there's any coaching moves around that. Will Isaac giving away a couple of inches of height and probably a couple of kgs as well.
Great battle there by Stratford and Richardson for the ball. And Carr and Stratford will go up again. Stratty, unlucky tap straight down to Oz Richardson, and it's Masson and Burgoyne there fighting it out. But Ezra Foster on his left tries just to will it forward and can't quite get it. So
was good pressure by Will Isaac. He's slow to get up, but he did what he had to.
They got to get someone on him.
As Cooper Hibbins is going to take this kick in a dangerous spot. He looks on this side, goes short, and it's over the back. Sitting there is Thomas Allen. He's well smothered by Riley Bell, but he gets it back and he snapped it, and that might have done the job. That's another goal. It is a dangerous spot to have the footy with this breeze, and he's slammed it on the boot, and that is 3 quick goals in this quarter to Tumby Bay to 1. Will there be some coaching moves? Ezra Foster is looking very dangerous down there. As the clouds come over again.
So Thomas has waited his time with that one there. He didn't rush and get the ball. He waited it till it rolled to him. Smother, second effort, and another snap on goal. It's a great goal by him, so well done. Stratty and Curry in the ruck now.
Plenty of space, not man on man.
Carr's won that straight down to Higgins, who slapped it on the boot, looking for Jesse Jackson, but it's Marty Masson that's come out with it. And a great handball there forward to Will Turner. Good footballer, Will Turner.
Well read by Tyree.
Out to Tyree Burgoyne, who's trying to use Oz Richardson and slams it on the boot in the direction of Kobe Dillon up there. Ezra Foster's in the run of it as well and picked it up first at the footy, but it's going to be tough from there. Tries to square it up to Jefferson. Ryland Jefferson tries to square it back up again and bounce it out of the goal square.
Robert Beenham clears it out. It's well done. Here's Will Turner busting through. Spins, he's gone.
That's holding the ball. No,
the
umpire didn't see that one.
Brody Stratford now looks for an option. He's gone to Harvey as the breeze, blustery breeze. He's got a heavy head knock there, Harvey. As Declan moves it forward, tidies up again. This Tumby follow up, and it's Oz to tidy up, breaks through the tackle.
So it looks like the gastro, whatever it was that Oz had, is starting to work its way through his system. He's picking up kicks left, right, centre. A great tackle there.
Really needed an option down the line here. No one came to him, and he kept going and going, and eventually Riley Bell wrapped him up in a tackle. He's trying to move it quickly. Has he got enough on it? He hasn't, and Thomas Allen chops that off. Kicking into the teeth of the breeze there, dropping short. He looks like he's going to just try and find a target, slow things down. He's had it for a while now. He goes wide, but too wide. The umpire says throw it in. Jesse Jackson actually did well to get a touch on that over the line.
So it seems to me that Tumby Bay probably just have a few more of the older or bigger kids that are making a bit more of an influence here.
They're getting involved this quarter. Here's Will Turner, who soccers it forward. Mitchell Bates is moved forward for United, probably because of his injury early on in the game. He's scrapping in there.
Leading in the charges, Harry LeBron, he's picked it up and plucked out well, and a great kick. I imagine he was looking for the boundary line, as he learned from his brothers in the past, but a great kick from Thomas Allen to Jesse Jackson. He's taken a pretty good mark under some good pressure from Riley Pugsley, who I rate as a good footballer, Riley. Jesse turns around and looking for Jack Petamonte. He's taken a great mark as well, so well done, Jack. And he'll be looking for Ezra Foster now, sitting on his head. Ezra's got Marty, and over the back it goes off the hands of Nick Cave. Will Isaac's picking it up, but can't quite get through, and Marty is going to be the one with it to come out. Great handball there under pressure to her brother. Tyree Burgoyne doesn't really want it.
It's a throw.
Loses a bit of space and gives away a throw.
Harvey looks down, but he's gone to Tully and Henry, and he's really put some pressure on there. Snapped by Henry into a lot of space. It's going to be Jack Petamonte and Robert Beanham tracking for it.
You need a packed lunch to get to that side of the oval at Lock.
Well picked up by Cam Delaney, tries to get it out, but it's brought back in. Players pile on, and it'll be a ball up.
So almost 9 minutes gone now, so halfway through this last term here. United are going to have to get their skates on if they're going to be a chance. Here we go again. Franklin's played a good game, great handball. Back, the 1-2, well done. Linking it up well, is that Will Turner out there as well. So United are running forward as a team and spots out Riley Pugsley, who's on his own, but it's 2 on 1.
Can they? Oh, he's got a high one. The umpire's blindsided. He gets the
pushing
second
it back.
One,
it was always there.
He moves it on quickly. Jed Fowler, can he hold it? Yes. Ethan Franklin's on. He needs to turn. He turns now. He's by himself. That's well done. They ran him away, V United. They managed to get it past Tumby's bigger players, and he's got an opportunity here. Put it through, still needs to kick the goal, and the wind will not do enough there. That'll be disappointing for Ethan, who's had a pretty good game.
Done very well to get from the wing and link up to the forward line there. Archer's eyes from Tumby's looking on the top side, which is going to be a dangerous kick,
risky,
but Thomas Allen is there. Jack Petamonte's found a bit of space out here on his own. He's clear on his own. And Thomas will look for one of the bigger boys in Oz Richardson
Smart
here.
Kick. Take a bit of time off, slow it down. Oz is trying to do the same thing. He's seen
the tips of Lance Stazanowski. Hasn't quite taken it, but Franklin's have cleaned it up again.
Riley, can he trap it?
Riley Pugsley, great tackle. Good pressure by...
He's taken him on. Umpire says play on.
Ooh, he's let that go.
That's a throw, and it's a Tumby Bay free kick.
The crowd here are definitely not happy with that umpiring decision. Umpire's just trying to do his job.
It's down the line here, that's nearly marked by Tully. Ethan Franklin again, gives a little handball. Brody Stratford looks, he's gone very long. Mitchell Bates is through his arms, had to stick it. And Ned Prosser does a good Bratman job, just boots it out of there.
There's a foot race here with Henry. And
needs to stay out of his back, and that was just clumsy by Will Turner.
He really should have kicked it off the ground and kept the momentum going forward as far as I'm concerned. He probably had Will for pace, and could have just tapped it along the wing and gained a bit of space. But anyway, Tumby Bay are winding the clock down, and they're happy with holding possession.
Yeah. He looks there, he's got a player by himself. It's Tyree Burgoyne who's snuck away, and he's going to try and find a target, link up, and take a little bit more time. He goes short. Who's on? It's Jack Petamonte, who's actually had a pretty good last quarter, but he can't get this one as Ethan Pugsley handballs forward. And the umpire's pointing the other way. No, it's a free kick down the ground. Ethan Franklin on the 55, 60 metres out. Kicks it to the top of the goal square. Oh, that's a good mark.
Great mark.
He has not had a bad second half either.
And looking for the car park again with Harry, and uses Thomas Allen, who likes to use his pace and have a bit of a run. He's taking a bounce and looking for the bottom side, and he's looking for Ezra Foster.
It's a silly little bump down.
Free down the field. Tumby Bay really need to work hard and get down ahead of the ball.
I got numbers loose here.
Ezra spotted Nick Cave down there, and my goodness, what a booming kick that is.
I think he's kicked it. He's kicked that from the point of the centre square there. Only probably rolled through the last 5 metres, and his last quarter has been the difference here. Tumby Bay getting that break. Air United had their opportunity down there 50, couldn't capitalise, and the ball's gone down the other end. A great finish. Ezra Foster 60 metres out. The score now 9-7, 61 to 4-7, 31. 12 minutes gone. It's his 4th goal of the quarter. Third or 4th goal.
4th goal for the game for Ezra for sure. So Ethan Pugsley still hasn't given up, but Harvey Masson's having a good little dip there as well. Kick out and tackle by Oz Richardson. So Tumby Bay today playing in the Colts versus Air United. Tumby Bay versus Air United also in the Minis today. Tumby Bay versus Ramblers in the B grade, and Ellison and Districts versus United Gelana in the A grade.
Push forward again.
Leroy Richardson, great little handball out to Nick Cave, and he's going to have a shot from 50 as well. Looks like it's a little bit off target, and it's gone through for a minor score.
Game's definitely opened up in this last quarter, scoring opportunities, and Will Isaacs just opted to use the top side. It's a good mark there in front by Jesse Jackson, reading it well into the breeze. He's gone back, take a bit of time.
The supporter in me has just said, no, Jesse, don't give that handball.
Thomas is still there. He's.
I think Jesse would probably prefer Thomas having a kick at it. But he's actually a good kick of the footy, Jesse. It's not a bad spot. Ezra Foster's there to have a look at it, and he's taken a great mark.
Run and jump. Use Lucas Arnsbury as his little step ladder. And at the top of the goal square for a dominant last quarter here by Ezra Foster to kick the game probably well and truly away. He pops it through.
And really the stingers out of the game, I feel. Tumby Bay players haven't really got around him. It'd be Ezra Foster for best on ground for me. He played well in defence early and mopped everything up as it was going forward. And then after a bit of an injury and playing in the midfield, he's gone forward and kicked 5 goals. So it'd be great to have that sort of talent.
Tumby Bay midfield has been able to feed him. That's probably the difference. Some clear centre breaks, giving him a run and jump at the ball.
And it wasn't really until Oz Richardson got in the middle that broke forward.
United controlled that midfield early. And now Tyson Higgins pumps it forward, and a good mark there.
Impressed with Leroy Richardson's game today. He's played a great game and doesn't give up. Oz landed on the boot and hits the chest of Jesse Jackson, who's fluffed the kick a little bit over to Thomas Allen, but he loves to run and loves to weave, and he's had a shot from 50.
He kicked that as well. He's had a good last quarter. Couple of goals, working from that wing midfield, pushing forward.
So the scoreboard's really not going to reflect the game. Tumby been able to get some goals on the board late here. It's been a tussle all the way through, taking nothing away from that goal from Thomas Allen. It was a great kick from 50 metres out and really well to secure the game.
They need a centre clearance here, United. Get it out of that forward line and put a bit of pressure on the Tumby back line.
4.5 minutes to go. Tyson Higgins tries to punch it out of the air. Oz Richardson's taken with it. And Brodie Stratford has played a good game too. He's rucked well. He's moved over the ground very well today. And Oz has taken the ball to ground again. So a few of these boys have played a bit of footy with Nord this year. Oz and Brodie and Will Turner as well. Will's got it on the boot, speaking of him. Harvey Masson's now just punched it forward into the 50. And it's going to fall there with Archer Trezise, who fights his way out of it, busting people left, right and centre. And it's a push to the face of Riley Pugsley, and Riley's going to pick it up and have a shot.
He swings around, looks for Jed Fowler. The ball just doesn't sit for him. Ethan Pugsley, can he get one more? He can't quite get it.
So unlucky for Ethan.
Got a bit of treatment afterwards and went on with it. But it just, that's the difference. Couldn't steady, couldn't finish. And those 8 points are starting to add up now. Archer's eyes shakes that well and truly. It might work out all right here. But Will Turner goes back and gets it. He's hassled by Henry Challenger. Declan Phillips picks it up, flicks it out. But it's Tyson Higgins there for Tumby who gets it forward. Baden Simpson needs to gather for United. Gets a good handball to Marty Masson. Who can she find? Ethan Pugsley, a good strong mark. Want to play on quickly. He's spotted an option out wide.
Ned Prosser's gone to cut that one off, so he's read it well. He's a great reader of the footy, Ned. He's actually got a pretty good footy brain. He uses the ball well normally. Great kick down the line to Jesse Jackson. Jesse's looking forward to Ryland Jefferson, who's led hard all day. Hadn't had heaps of the footy, but he's had a good job. Now let's see what Ezra Foster can do here. On his left foot, probably off the side of it too. And Thomas Allen's in the chase.
It's amazing the game, that forward line for Tumby looks a lot stronger. Jesse Jackson and these sort of guys have stepped up in this last quarter with the pressure off with a big target. That's a great
handy little handball over to Tully Robinson. Tully kicks, and the only person there is Thomas Allen, who's not really in a hurry to do too much. Turns and does a blind kick, but in the race of it is Staz, who's read it well. Through the hands of Staz into Leroy Richardson, who's trying to shell it out, but Marty Masson's done it. And probably lucky the umpire got there. Well, there was a couple of United guys, but she's done well to get the ball out. Ezra Foster out of the ruck, snaps. Number six, 5. Doesn't matter, he's kicked another one.
I reckon might even be 5 this quarter.
Might be 5.
Time ticks down. Flurry of goals into the last minute here. 12-8-80 Tumby Bay. United's 4-8-32. Game's busted open this last quarter.
And I feel like United perhaps stretched a little bit thin. Will Isaac had a great first half of the ball, but hasn't been able to keep up with Ezra Foster. And unfortunately, if you pulled somebody out of the midfield to get onto Ezra, that's a great tackle and holding the ball there. Well done.
It's really been Aldrich and that structure that he gives them. It's free to play her up since he's moved into that midfield and taking control of the game.
Well done by Ned Prosser. Finds Henry Challenger. Probably should have taken that mark, but has dodged it and almost got out of a tackle. He's trying to handball it forward to Nick Cave, and Tyree Burgoyne's there on the wing for a handball, but I think it might be a ball up here in the middle.
So siren about to go here at Lock Oval. Tumby Bay runaway winners by the looks. Umpire do one last throw up. There it is. A dominant year for Tumby Bay, just the one loss, and they've done the job here. Wrestle control after the first quarter, and a runaway winners 12-8-80 to 4-8-32. Best players for Tumby Bay.
Ezra Foster.
Stand out last quarter.
Yeah, no, number one for me, Ezra Foster. Oz Richardson played well. Thomas Allen, the bigger boys. And for E United.
I thought, once again, Brodie Stratford in the ruck. Will Turner tried hard all day. Ethan Franklin definitely provided a spark. And Ethan Pugsley, when he had his opportunities, did a good job. So
the future is bright for both teams, I think. Well played all. A great 3 quarters of footy, and Tumby Bay just managed to run away with it in the last quarter. So well done all. Thanks, Geordie. Great to speak to you again, and good luck with the rest of the day.
Thanks, Vermo. Good luck in an hour or so for you.
Thanks, mate.